Oh, hey there, didn't expect to see you today. Hey everyone, it's Rachel and welcome to a tour of my YouTube studio. So on this side of the room, I have my main workstation. I have a sit-stand desk and a giant widescreen monitor, which helps a lot for video editing and recording since there's just so much screen real estate to work with, you don't run out of space quickly. Here I have my audio interface, which is a Focusrite 2i2, and I use that for recording various things. And here is my trusty Yamaha THR10 amp. I had this for years now. I use it for practice and also just as a recording interface. Here we have some fun things. We have the Automaton Deluxe, which is a beautiful instrument. I also have this really cute cat lamp that is an essential part of many of my videos. I've had these headphones, the Audio-Technica M50X headphones, for a long time now. As you can see, they're kind of falling apart, but they've worked really well for recording and practice. On the desk, I also have an Ibanez guitar tool for making adjustments on my guitars and also a string clipper so that I can change my strings quickly. I also have some essentials for my trips to Japan to keep me company, including this bird dog and this donut dog. I keep this MIDI keyboard on my desk to help me program bass parts and figure out parts by ear, and this is the Akai MDK Mini. I also have JBL monitors that I plug into my audio interface for recording and playback, and these are the 305 PMK IIs. I've had some issues with wrist pain in the past, both from playing guitar and probably typing too much, so I decided to go with an ergonomic keyboard and mouse setup from Logitech. And yeah, it's kind of a funky looking keyboard, but it has helped my hands a lot, as well as this vertical mouse. And yeah, I haven't had as much wrist pain since getting them. Behind my desk, I have some posters to keep me inspired. Over here is the poster from the first time I saw Nightwish live back in 2016. It was such a cool experience just seeing them in person for the first time and meeting them briefly. Now, one of my favorite things about this room is this. Hey Google, turn on lightsaber. So over on this wall next to the desk is kind of my main filming backdrop. I have this really cool light from Gobi that can change colors and do lots of other things. I also have a aperture light, a really small one that can change colors as well and just kind of adds a nice pop of color wherever I put it. And then I have a guitar rack with 5 guitars. So over in this corner here, I have a shelf with some fun things on it. I have a signed poster from Ghosts from, I think, the first time I saw them play live. They are so great live. I also have a signed CD from an Epica concert. And then on this shelf here, I have my YouTube Play Button Award for passing 100K subs. And I really appreciate all of you again so much for being here. And this reminds me of all of you and the community we've built, and yeah, it's just really cool to have around. And then I have this little automaton here as well. It is not as playable as its bigger brother, but still cute, I guess. Now on the other shelves, I just have some random things. So I have a signed Nightwish album here from a concert I went to. I also have an album signed by Anita Strauss, her first solo album, Controlled Chaos. I also have a copy of Ghost's 7 Inches of Satanic Panic, which has Kiss the Go-Go and Mary on the Cross on it, and yeah, I'm a fan of the album artwork. I also have a couple more Nightwish CDs here, Wishmaster and Human Nature. Wishmaster is such a good album. It has She Is My Sin, Kinslayer, Come Cover Me, Wishmaster itself, yeah, one of my favorites. I also have my second camera, my backup camera, and the one I use for secondary angles in videos. This is my first camera I got, the Panasonic G7, and it's still a good camera. It has 4K and it's pretty reasonably priced for what it can do. I did switch to a Sony camera that's more expensive for my main camera, the one I'm recording on right now, but I think this is still probably a good option if you're just starting out on YouTube and looking to get something reliable and good, but not super expensive. I also have this stained glass Totoro postcard from the Ghibli Museum in Tokyo from my trip to Japan a few years back, and I'm a big fan of Studio Ghibli in general. Over here next to the shelf, I also have this Luna ukulele. It is a really pretty looking instrument. And over in the corner here, we have my first ever guitar, a Fender Squier Strat. And I also have a Galaxy projector, which is really fun. As you can probably tell, I like fun lighting equipment, and this definitely fits that bill. It's really cool with the lights off especially. Now on this wall here, I have what I'm sure some would consider to be sacrilegious, not because it's Ghost, but because I framed vinyl records. But the truth is I don't have a record player, and I just wanted to support the band, and I really liked how the color combinations looked. So I got a copy of Ghost's first album, Opus Eponymous, and their latest, Impera. And directly below those albums, I have my Yamaha piano that I honestly still haven't played very much, but it will be nice to have around when I do get to it someday. And I have some random things on the piano as well. It functions as a nice stand for this unopened copy of Metal Hammer with Nightwish on the front. And looking at it now, there is a pin in the magazine, and There's actually a signed paper on the back as well, so maybe I should open this at some point. And over here on the other side of the desk, I have another guitar rack that I actually just got recently. Only has 3 guitars on it right now, so there is space for more. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the whole studio tour. It's not a huge room, but I've been really enjoying my setup here so far. And I also in general enjoy watching other people's setups and seeing how people set up their creative spaces. So I hope this was fun for you as well. I'll put links to most of the gear I mentioned in the description if you're interested in checking anything out for yourself. Also, if you missed my last video, I actually just released a free web app that lets you loop any part of any YouTube video and slow it down so that you can learn songs on guitar faster, and I'll have that linked in the description as well. Thank you all so much for your support here over the years and for supporting my guitar and YouTube journey. Without you, I wouldn't have a need for a studio setup, and I really enjoy making videos. So yeah, just thank you so much for being here and being a part of this community. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.